It doesn't seem that bad though. Like, where have I been? Okay, my intuition is never wrong.
Today I've decided to do a reading vlog, specifically a mood reading vlog, which is basically a typical week of reading with me, but I wanted to motivate myself to get to reading. I am also 9 books behind on my Goodreads reading goal, which is super frustrating because I was 15 books behind and then I got it down to 7 and then I've been slumping, so now I'm back up to 9. So I would like to bring the number down a little bit, but I don't know what I'm going to pick up first. I have no idea, but I guess we'll figure it out. Okay, I decided to hurt my own feelings and pick up Binding 13. I have no thoughts on it so far. I just wanted to let you know what book I was picking up. I've only read like 2 or 3 pages. I didn't read the synopsis. I didn't watch too many TikToks talking about in detail what the book is going to be about or the nature of the book. I've only seen people say it's like trauma in a book or there's a lot of stuff happening. I have no idea. I just know that I'm supposedly gonna cry and I am an easy crier. So we'll have to just see what happens. I finished Binding 13 and I did not do any updates because I binged the book. I just read it all nonstop. I could not stop and do an update if I wanted to because that's how into it I was. I gave this book a 5-star rating. I was just reading and it was over and I was like, that cannot be the ending, and I started keeping 13. Basically, we follow Johnny and Shannon, these 2 high school students. Johnny is a very intense, very elite rugby player. He's about to go pro actually, and so he's training extensively and he's just a very good student and he's very good at maintaining his status as a rugby player, and that's the only thing he wants to focus on until he makes it to the pros next year when he graduates. Then we have Shannon. She's a little bit younger than him and she has previously been bullied in her last school, so this is her last attempt at a fresh start. So when she gets to this school, she ends up bumping into Johnny. However, they end up meeting, and every day since then they're catching each other's eyes in the hallway and crushes are a brewing. And then one day they finally like speak to each other, and literally from day 1 we start to get little hints and little things happening that we're learning so much about their home lives and who they are and who their friends are. These didn't feel like characters with character traits. I'm like, oh, this was a very well written character. No, these felt like people and these were their personalities and these were things that were happening in their lives and we were just hearing their experience and their background. I just liked that the more and more the romance built up, or the more and more that we knew them, the more and more that we talked to them, all the other plot lines grew as well. I didn't read the back of the book. I didn't watch TikToks on it. I just went in it completely blind. As things were coming forward, I was learning them with the characters in the book, and I think that's going to be the best way to read a book like this if you haven't already read it, because so many people have read this book. But it was a great read. I started keeping 13 immediately after because the way book 1 ends, I was like, I have to know what happens. Like, I was sobbing, I was crying. But honestly, I want to read something a little bit more light and a little bit more fun right now. It's Friday night and I'm going to save keeping 13 for later, but I just don't know what I want to read right now. I'm thinking about picking up King of Pride. Not King of Pride, I don't want to read that. I want to read King of Greed, I think. But I'm also just thinking, I don't know.
Holy
I
cow,
have no
guys.
thoughts.
Kindle, holy cow. Oh my gosh. I can't even get a hold of my excitement. The Kindle just got an update. Like, this is my real-time reaction. Dark mode on my Kindle Unlimited. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to get a grip. I don't even know if I have the grip yet, but listen, I have a Kindle color saw. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm so ecstatic, because this is not something that bothered me or deterred me from having the Kindle in the first place. But originally, if you have the Kindle color soft, the dark mode only works when you're reading. Everything else is in light mode. I just had my boyfriend like grab my Kindle out of my backpack. It must have updated. It's in dark mode in the Kindle catalog. And then if I swipe up, holy shit. So now I have color and I have full dark mode. Basically means you can have split mode now. So I can have it back how it used to be, or I can toggle back on use a system theme, kind of like how you would on your phone. And boom, now we're like completely in light mode or completely in dark mode. How freaking cool. I don't know, coolest update yet. I love my Kindle. No, you cannot pry this out of my hands. I love it. Okay, I'm ill. I should not be this excited. I've gotta go. I found my next read by accident, and I think it's gonna be Filthy Rich Fae. I haven't heard much about this book, but I watched Heather's YouTube channel, and she read it a while ago, and I found that a lot of books that she recommends and likes, I also really like, so I think I'm gonna pick it up. I like the first sentence of it. It's kind of catching my eye. It says, "You made a bargain, your soul for his, and now you are mine." I mean, what more can I want? And then the first paragraph kind of just says that they're a crime family, and their prince, lethal, beautiful, and utterly inhuman, does not grant mercy. I mean, this is literally calling my name. So I'm gonna pick it up. It just, for some reason, in the midst of the dark mode, that cover stood out the most to me. So you guys don't care that I have dark mode on my Kindle, to be honest, and quite frankly, I don't think anybody does. So I'm gonna pick up Filthy Rich Fae, and I'll let you know how it goes. My apologies for the outburst. I'm gonna go probably spend the entire night reading this book and probably won't go to sleep. Okay, I'm on page 22 of Filthy Rich Fae, and we kind of just got to the point where we're maybe gonna meet our main male character. We've already met the main female character. We've learned a little bit of lore about her and her life growing up, just a little bit, and then we met her brother, who is ultimately gonna be the reason why she meets our main male character. And I have a suspicion that he's like a vampire or something. I don't know. It's in New Orleans. It's in the French Quarter. Everyone keeps saying like he's not who you think he is. Something she said in particular had me thinking like, is this guy a vampire? I don't know if this is like disclosed information. I don't read the synopsis, but I'm having a fun time. I don't know. Okay, I'm on page 25. I'm not that far into the book, but we've gotten to the point where the main female character has decided that she wants to meet Lachlan, I think is his name, Lachlan Gage, or the main male character. She went to his side of town that she doesn't typically go to because nobody goes there because it's controlled by the Gage family. She goes up to the door of a fancy hotel and a guard comes out and she's like, "I demand to be introduced to Lachlan." And the guard's like, "Tell me why." In the midst of this, she describes how beautiful he is and how dark green his eyes are. The guard, he's like, "You know what? Follow me. I'll take you to him." I have a feeling that the guard is him. The guard is going to be Lachlan Gage. And if I'm pronouncing that wrong, just bear with me. I'll look up the pronunciation later. I have a feeling that the guard is going to be our main male character. So I thought I would record so I can see my reaction when he is, in fact, the main male character. See, she's like, there I went again, giving him too much information. What was it about this guy? Because she keeps like randomly telling him facts about herself during this short walk to find the man she's looking for. It's going to be him. I'm convinced it's him. Who else would it be, honestly? Okay, more proof that he is in fact a vampire. He says, my kind doesn't deal in mercy. His kind? Criminals? No, vampires, babe. Vampires. I was right.
I was right. I have to say, my intuition is never wrong. Like, do I want to say, oh, it was just too obvious, it was too clear in the writing? I mean, it was, but I don't care. I was right. She is right now realizing that the guard who has been following her around all night and protecting her is in fact the man, the terrible evil man that she has come here to see. He was Lackland Gage, boar laced with icy fear slithered through me, unhinged, vicious, merciless. That's what they called him. I followed him blindly, and now he had trapped me. He doesn't seem that bad, though. Like, he doesn't seem that bad. Hey, so this is awkward. I've never been more embarrassed. I keep saying, I think he's a vampire. They're vampires. I don't know if this is in the synopsis or not, but I'm pretty sure they're vampires. The book is literally called Filthy Rich Fae. In the synopsis, it literally talks about the Fae. It only just dawned on me when he said, it's impossible to break a Fae bargain, that the man is literally Fae. This is a book about Fae. Fairies! Why did I not know that? This is how you know, like, my brain is not working properly, the oxygen is not pumping, I'm on my period, I'm anemic, like, that's what I'm blaming it on, because where have I been? This is just evidence that I'm telling the truth when I say I pick up books on vibes alone. I didn't read the synopsis. I clearly barely read the title of the book, because it's literally called Filthy Rich Fae, and I'm over here not knowing that the main male character is a Fae. I've never been more embarrassed. I don't know what's wrong with me. So is Fae a thing here? She's like, oh, he's a Fae. That's insane. And then we're just like carrying on right now. Is Fae like a thing in this world? Clearly I don't know anything. This is so much fun. I love reading books like this. Now I'm like, what is going on? Not gonna lie, it's kind of reminded me of A Court of Rings. What is it called? A Court of Thorns and Roses, like the first book, where she's like all of a sudden in this magical fairy land, and she's like, it's beautiful, but also like, let me out. I don't want to be here. I want to go back to my life that kind of sucked, you know? I mean, I can see why she wants to go back to her life. Like, I would want to go back to my life too, but it's like, oh, he just walked me into this palace and said, this is your new home. And then she's like, this beautiful palace, no way, this is my new home. I mean, she technically is kidnapped, but I mean, you get my point. It kind of reminds me of Feyre. I can't remember her name from A Court of Thorns and Roses. That's exactly what this was reminding me of. But I keep reading. I'm having fun. I'm on page 46. I'm also reading so insanely slow right now. So I'll let you know how it goes. I'm having a good time, I guess. I don't really know anything that's happening right now. Okay, we have a little bit of catching up to do. I finished A Filthy Rich Fae and then A Filthy Rich Fae, A Fallen Court. I didn't really record much of me reading book 2 because it's book 2 and it's gonna be spoilers no matter how I cut it. So I just didn't really record me reading that book, but I did read books 1 and 2 of that series, and book 3 does not come out until October, so I'm kind of just left off reading book 2. My thoughts. I'm going to talk about them collectively because I can't talk about book 2 individually. I gave them both 3 stars. I had a fun time. It was a good read. I stayed up and read both of them, so obviously I enjoyed it. Whenever I was finishing book 1 and I was like, what am I going to read next? I was like, you know what? I might as well read book 2 because book 1 left on a cliffhanger and I wanted to know what would happen, obviously. So I read them both. I enjoyed them both. The thing is, they were very much predictable. Like, if you don't like a book that you can tell from the beginning of the book what's going to happen, I don't know if this is going to be your favorite book, because from the beginning of the book, I knew, well, not, I wouldn't say the beginning of the book, but like, yeah, as things were happening, I almost instantly was like, okay, this is that, this is that, this is that. Like, it was built up so obviously, I would say, like, so many things that happened, I knew that was gonna happen. And then if it didn't happen, I wasn't surprised. One of two things could happen, this or this. And then, but I will say, none of my predictions ended up being wrong. So, but even with that being said, I enjoyed the book. I liked it a lot. I had a lot of fun. I thought it was a really interesting how their bond worked out, because basically this book follows a girl who's trying to protect her brother, and in doing so bounds her soul to the Fae prince, and you kind of just get to see her experience living on this bargain, or having her soul bound to like this dark and evil Fae that everyone fears but no one knows, because the humans don't know of the Fae. Yeah, it's really fun. It's very interesting. I had a good time. That was The Filthy Rich Fae and The Filthy Rich Fae Fallen Core. I had such a good time. It was actually really fun to read. I just love reading about certain types of Fae. Some Fae, this is cringe, but this one was just really fun. I loved the main male character. I can't remember his name right now, but he has this dark personality and it's so fun, and I liked his sister and everybody involved. I really, really liked them and all the characters, and I just thought it was really like, it was fun and cringy. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. Now, I do feel like I haven't scratched the itch of the book that I'm looking for to fulfill my mood, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Mood reading has no sense, no rules, no guidelines. I just feel like I'm in the mood for something and I'm gonna keep reading until I find the book that I'm in the mood for. That's always how this works. So I'm picking up Play the Game. It's a marriage of convenience hockey romance book, because something that I've learned about me is I read romance books. Obviously, if you watch any of my videos, if you haven't, if you simply watch this video, you can tell I am a romance reader. Not only am I primarily a romance reader, but specifically within romance, the subgenres or the tropes that I tend to gravitate towards is fated mates, where either the girl doesn't know that they're fated mates and the guy does, or they're bound to each other and they can do telepathy. They have like this telepathic bond. They can feel each other's emotions. I love that. The second of my favorite tropes is like forced proximity, where either they're roommates or it's her brother's best friend or something in that nature. I also have found that I really, really love marriage of convenience or forced marriage tropes, where like they have to live together. So all in all, they are like fated or forced to be together some way, somehow, and then they fall in love. I don't know why, but it is such a fun way to read. I think it's because there's like this push and pull, and that's what I love. Anyways, so that is why I'm picking up Play the Game, a marriage of convenience hockey romance book, because I think it follows a girl who is of the night and a guy who is a hockey player, and he needs to clean up his image, and somehow, some way, he finds himself in a fake marriage with this girl. I don't really want to read the synopsis, and it's kind of showing up in this like weird, I don't know what's going on, so I'm not going to read it, but I'm just going to pick it up. Yeah, I found this book scrolling on TikTok. I just searched arranged marriage books, and this kept popping up in the comments, like not even particularly in videos, but people kept commenting it, so I'm just going to read it and see if I like it. I obviously will let you know how I feel about it as I read it. Okay, I have officially finished my last book of the video. The cover is so funny. I finished it earlier today. I had a bit of like a headache coming in, like I have a migraine coming on, so I wasn't recording myself reading that much, but I still wanted to do like a quick wrap up of it because I did read it for this reading vlog, and it honestly was a lot of fun. And if you like hockey romance books and marriage of convenience tropes, I recommend reading it. It was fun. I gave it a 3 stars. This book basically follows this goalie. He looks really bad in the media, and people are constantly making these rumors up about him, telling these lies about him, and the media just keeps running with it. And then the main female character, Scotty, love the name. It reminds me a lot of one of the female characters from the Windy City series. Can't remember her name. And it's not the same at all, I don't think, but somehow it reminds me of it. Anywho, Scotty, she is a dancer of the night, but she doesn't want to be. That's not her vibe, really. She just is doing it because she feels like she has to in order to survive, because she is suffering financially. So then somehow, some way, they end up in a contract to be married with each other for 1 year. And at the end of the year, he will pay her off or whatever, but he's basically employing her to be his fake wife, and she moves in, and it's forced proximity, marriage of convenience. Obviously, they fall in love, and it's a lot of fun. I love how many times in this book he goes like, get your hands off of my wife, or my beautiful wife, or my wife, our bed, our kitchen. It's really cute. And then she's always like, our house. I don't know, it's cute. I liked it a lot. It was a lot of fun. If you like the Windy City series, you like the DC Star series, you like the Off Campus series, you like hockey romance books, sports romance books, I recommend it. It was a lot of fun. It was exactly what I was looking for. That is why I'm ending it, because I have quenched my thirst. Yeah, I kind of don't feel good. I have a terrible headache. I just took some Advil, but I just wanted to wrap up in this video. I read 4 books. I read Binding 13, Filthy Rich Fae, Fallen Core, and then this book, Play the Game. I will say every book in this video got me out of my reading slump, so if you are in one, pick a book in this video and I promise you it'll help you out if you're into the same kind of books that I'm into, obviously. But thank you guys so much for watching.